2-pack.
1 pack.
3-pack.
2.0.
Hi.
What an intro! Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
today we are doing something different, so no more
Why
shouting
we
and
not-
screaming
Why are
from
we
me.
not appearing? Are we appearing?
Usually the feedback doesn't have the faces.
Ah?
Yeah. You will get the comments, man. Then after that you get the bottom one, which is the preview.
Really? I don't see us appearing here.
Oh my goodness. Can you hear me?
God.
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
we are.
Me
Sorry.
too. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today is Monday, and you have kindly, very interestingly stumbled upon or joined us on our new show. Apologies.
Somewhat new.
Somewhat new.
Somewhat
Apologies
new.
for those people who are expecting the quiz show this morning.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are some issues that we need time to work out, and we don't want to cause more frustration to you. So, of course, we've decided to give you something else. You like chaos? Here is chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural Monday version of Talking
Talking to. And what a better way to induce chaos than a soju-filled Monday morning or afternoon? Great way to start the week.
Yes. So, the format of this show will be a little bit different than usual. We would have a little bit of topics to talk about, just like a podcasty kind of way. If you have your opinions, of course, do voice them out in the comments down below. We'll definitely read them.
Yep.
Discuss with us, tell us what you think when we discuss the topics. So, our format is quite simple. Just let me give you a brief introduction. Every Monday, me and Kristle will share 6 topics, 3 from her, 3 from me, and we'll just rotate lah. Whoever takes the second segment will then play a game called $1 Million But. So the person will just tell you get $1 million, but something happens, and then we discuss.
I see.
So, without further ado, my name is Ian.
My name is Kristle.
And you have just joined us in our very first episode of the podcast. Hopefully, this will be available some way, somehow on a podcast. We will see to it that it happens. And then, of course, you can watch it, listen to it on your drive, laugh with us. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes.
And let us know, if you find us too soft, too loud. I don't know. Oh, actually, we sound fine. Guess that was unnecessary. I was like, oh, okay.
Yes. And of course, if you have any more topics you want to talk about, any requests, you can of course email us at live10_onair@q10.com or the comment section down below. Just give us a little doobly-doo and we will read it out just for you.
Here to brighten up your Monday afternoons or maybe some Monday mornings, depends.
Yeah, if your blue has not faded.
Yeah, so it's a spill over blue.
Spill from where? Sunday was great.
Spill from the morning to afternoon.
How often does Monday blues take?
Actually, not really. I don't really get I'm so sorry, but I feel like I get Monday blues the day before.
Yes.
I get it on Sunday. Like,
Yes.
oh no, tomorrow is Monday. But
Yes.
when it comes to Monday, I'm just like,
Yeah, it's a
fine.
day. Let's just
It's not as
crush
bad
it.
as I thought it was. I thought I wouldn't be able to wake up and everything, but actually I can wake up. Not as bad.
Do you have a weekly routine that you look forward to or that happens on specific days? Because personally, I have a
My life is a mess. I don't think there's any routine.
Like on Monday, I counter Monday blues with the fact that Running Man comes out on view. So I watch that. On Wednesday, usually that means that I'll be preparing for a Friday D&D. And on Friday,
wow.
that means that a D&D game is happening. On Saturday, Sixth Sense comes out on view. On Sunday, it's literally just better use. How does your Monday blues start on Friday night? Summer Crab. Also, hello, Summer Crab.
Hello, Summer Crab.
Does that mean that you know that you only have 2 days left to enjoy before you can start
I
work?
think that's it. I think that's it. It's like then you might as well say I start on Monday because oh no, you'll soon come Friday and Friday we'll have the pre-Monday blues, and when it comes Sunday there's the pre-Monday blues, and when it comes Monday there's the real Monday blues.
I think that's how mental issues work. Like
Sorry, not on the side of anything. But
yeah, it's like
it's like thinking, back,
Yeah, the tension.
Joso!
H. Nice.
Hi, maybe it's like
Yeah, to catch on to what Kristle was saying, at one point
Yeah.
of time, right, I had this idea that when you first realize how short life is,
yeah.
and like if you're in a young age where you
Yeah.
haven't decided whether like religion's your thing, everything else.
Yeah.
I was for I think a period of 6 months paralyzed, completely paralyzed at night, knowing that when you finally reach your last breath, if you don't really believe in religion, You just disappear.
It's just actually I still grapple with that sometimes.
I do still, but after a while you just kind of
like fade back into your daily life and can't forget about it. But then when you do think about it, I was a bit like I think like for a few months ago, and I'm just like, where do I go?
Yeah, what
like,
happens?
It's like you won't even have your consciousness anymore. You won't even know that you're not conscious.
Yes.
It's just like poof and nothing. So that is a scary thought.
And like for example, like Monday Blue starts on Friday, right? You think about it, and like what you say, Monday Blue starts on Monday. It's basically just you perpetually thinking about that. And some people may develop like mental health issues because they cannot get out of the cycle. It's possible. It's not weird, right? It's normal.
Oh, look at the likes. It's like 98 views and 89 likes. 9889. That's all I wanted to point it out. Back to you, Ian.
There's a movie that literally is just about patterns, watching a time goes to like 12:20, like 1220, and everything just happens on 12:20. And I think you
sounds like a serial killer kind of movie.
It's a time loop show.
I love time loop shows.
Maybe we'll talk about time loop shows later at that time. Okay, today we have some topics. So, Kristle, I think you have the first topic.
Okay, I'm boring.
Yes, that's why I'm opening it. Yes.
Yeah, so for those who just joined us, welcome to Talking To. Today, we are going for a more carefree and relaxed approach, something that can put it at the back, like something like white noise, treat it as white noise, or if you're doing work, you just want to tune in and listen. And also, we'll be drinking a little bit of soju to help like get things started. Yeah, kick things up.
I just realized it's open.
Yeah, it's open already. It was opened by us.
For those of you who have Monday blues and can't find a way to get rid of it, cheers to you.
Not that we are encouraging anything, but
sure. Everybody needs some way to cope, and hopefully you find it.
So we are going by the ball. So,
cheers.
Thanks.
By the way, our soju is proudly brought to you by Sugar. It's really, really good.
I got a honeydew one. I like it.
Wait, you didn't know what you were picking? I thought like you picked the one.
No, I saw green, so I thought it was great.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, nice.
Anyway.
Topics.
Anyway, so actually I was like asking my friends what kind of topics to share about and that kind of thing. So we do have a few interesting ones. And I think this one is especially kind of like applicable to Singapore, I guess. I don't know, to any kind of Asian context. Okay. Which gets you further? Talent or effort?
Further in terms of like professional success or just in life?
I think just in life. Let's keep it there. Just in life. Effort.
Yes. Because you will always find a situation where you're no longer talented.
True. Or maybe there's a new one that will like out-talent you, right?
Everybody will always out-talent. The thing is that we can always...
Hi, cute princess! Good afternoon! Long time no see.
Join us on a casual, relaxed, day drinking podcast.
We are mentally fine.
Yeah.
Do not worry. It's just to like...
We're just living our best lives and enjoying work the best.
Yeah. So we are just here to talk about a few things, share some nice ideas. Always good to start the week right, with some interesting questions, critical thinking.
Let me try if I can see the brightness you never turn on.
Oh, sorry.
I think you'll go crazy.
So actually, I asked Ian and also open to the floor, which do you think gets you further, talent or effort? And anytime, you wish to chime in or join us, feel free to share. So this is a nice kind of bite-sized question to kick off this whole session. First, because you know why? Okay, I think we are all kind of familiar. Okay, so I'm gonna tell a mini story of this guy. Okay. No, it's a very short story. It's like 3 lines.
Luck.
Yeah.
Princess says, I think it's more luck that perfect timings will get you.
I think it just needs to fall into place, So there's this Angmo guy, okay? There's this uncle. Angmo guy, okay? He's called... No, Papa Uncle. He's called Malcolm Gladwell.
Okay.
Okay, so Malcolm Gladwell, who is this random uncle? Why I bring him in, right? He's actually a writer for the New York Times since 1996, and that's pretty much like 15 years. 25 years.
26 is, 25.
Outlier, yes! Wow, super crap. So he wrote the famous quote that was in his book, Outlier, The Secret to Success. I think what is it called? The Story of Success. He's that person who stated that if you spend 10 hours on something, you can become a professional or expert at it.
Yes.
10,000 hours. 10
yes,
hours.
Yes, 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours. And I keep remembering this because there was one period of time, he released the book in 2008, and I think this theory boomed in like 2010 or 2009, and all the teachers in school like saying that like, if you actually spend 10,000 hours, blah blah, it's proven that you can become good at it, so you must study harder, blah blah blah. So, but a lot of people like debunk this. A lot of people think that it's not just the case. What do you think? Do you think it's true or?
Yes, because you can be a professional street sweeper or like a professional floor painter. It doesn't mean you're a good painter. You can never make it in a masterpiece. Your art will never go to the Louvre. But you can paint within the lines so well that you no longer need the lines. And
so
that's
you're
the
just an
1,000 hours.
expert, but it doesn't mean you're
untalented, right? Because that you will never be paid to the point that talent brings you far. You can be like the supervisor, but at that point of time, you're no longer painting the floor, and you're watching over people paint the floor, and that in itself means that your talent has like lead you nowhere. But in order for you to get to like supervisor painter or senior painter, that means that you probably just have to really work on the hours every day, go and paint floor signs like the stock. You know where the S.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! I've seen those videos though. They are so cool. It's like they're like
the best are those like there are those that have tapes. And those are very obvious. They just
right. No, but there are those that like they get the rolling pin thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just draw the line with a chalk, right? And then it never passes the line.
Yes, that's so cool.
So it really depends on where the industry places its focus. Because industries, in general, I think based on this debate, has like kind of two places. One is just we only emphasize on talent, and you can get quite far with effort, but you will never be able to surpass talent.
True.
Because, like, for example, creative art.
Yeah.
Talent in itself is not the ability to paint. Talent in itself is the ability to tell people or let people know or identify the aspect of current times that people care the most about. Then that's where the arts people will thrive.
Yeah.
And for example, in, I would say, the economic area, talent cannot get you very far. Because talent can get you high fast.
It can get you up there fast, but it won't get you far.
Yeah, because
it's like a head start.
You don't have the effort and experience to know how to adapt to situations that everybody else knows. So they will survive the war of attrition, you will not. Yeah.
So actually, I've read some feedback online. So they were saying that there are a few missing variables. I think one of which is like what Q Princess mentions, like some of it is luck and perfect timings. The other one is actually having like appropriate feedback. Because simply having talent and effort wouldn't matter at all if you don't like the practice wouldn't matter if there isn't the correct feedback to lead in the right direction.
Correct. Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of external factors, but and it also depends. Talent like different things. I can say like I'm very good at eating and like throwing this peanut and then like catching it in my mouth. That's talent. Is it? I'm good at it. Maybe.
The way I distinct talent is that no amount of effort can teach you how to do this. So I cannot teach you how to love a person properly.
Yeah.
And if you know how to be a serial romantic, you're talented. So like artists, right?
Unteachable.
At first, I think artists are talented, and they use that word loosely. That means that you are inclined, i.e., you will learn art faster. It doesn't make you talented. Yeah. What talented in arts means is that your ability to capture I would say emotions like nobody else can after years of practice. So a good example is if you go to European museums and you see marble carvers carve cloth out of marble.
Oh yeah.
That is it talent? A lot of people say yes because they are masters of their time. No, they are masters of their time. I.e., they have put so much effort to understand how cloth works that it is pure effort. Are they talented? Yes, I would say they're inclined so that they can get to the mastery faster, so that they can get to the peak before they die lah. So some people will be like telling me, oh, if he's not talented, he'll never get to mastery. He's inclined. He's definitely inclined to the point where he can be like level 100 before he passed away. And some people don't have the inclination. They get to level 70 and they're 70 years old, and then they stress their brain so hard from learning that they pass on, and they will only be like that famous.
So okay, if you could only choose, like I think I roughly know what you choose already. Yeah, probably pick effort.
Oh right.
Because I mean, me too lah. It's very difficult to survive on talent alone, and then it brings back a lot of the things that I think is more towards a more practical kind of mindset that's been instilled in Asian culture. I feel
the issue with this is that if let's say talent people and effort people are the same kind of people,
Mm.
I wouldn't make a choice because it's hard, right? I wouldn't mind either or. But in Singaporean society, especially in strict Asian societies, you tend to find the talented people a little bit more isolated from like the human aspects of like living. They are so okay and like accustomed to the fact that they are good at certain things that they get straight access to things.
True.
They are a bit how to say like out of touch with like what it takes to go there. So they kind of be a bit snobbish, and it's not their fault because you are brought up that way.
Yeah.
But the problem here is that the moment you realize that your talent stops, i.e. like let's say we imagine like talent like Mao Shan Wang like that. You have like the shitty durian. So let's say your talent.
How like a week after eating Mao Shan Wang makes its way back into our conversations again.
So imagine if your talent is like a level 1 talent, like it's like an uncommon talent. Then you just do it, and then it only gets you so far. If you're content with life, good, right? If you're not, you will find yourself needing to go forward without any more talent. Then what happens then? You get dropped from like sky high on the floor.
Yeah.
And you start to learn how to become human at that age.
Which is you're already like maybe thousands of steps behind everyone else.
You have so much habit crusted on you that it's very hard to undo, right? If you like to be a manga writer and like redemption stories, go and find a few talented. They confirm got their war stories of like how they realized that, oh, I've not been living like a human. I've just been living like this factory where I produce the things I'm very good at producing. And now when I talk to people, I don't understand them because I've never learned that human touch.
When you say factory, I thought I heard a fat tree. Like a tree.
like the bottle tree.
I've been living as a tree.
Happy Dragon, hey, good afternoon to you too.
Hello, Happy Dragon. You're not working
Every time kena stir.
See? Cheers.
Yeah, we're working very hard. We're working very hard. Yeah. So, if
Hi, Sayaka.
Hello.
Hello.
If effort and talent doesn't affect you as a person and the way you see the world, good. I'll pick talent any day because that means right, you know where your limits end.
Yeah.
As an efforter, right, I'll be a talented efforter. As an efforter, right, you never believe that you cannot do it. It just means that your brain tells you just put a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because
someday you'll reach there, but you may not need to be the best, but you just cannot stop. Like,
yeah,
just don't stop.
And that really grinds you down. It like
you like it when it's grinding.
Nice. Kristle never fails that within the first 30 minutes, like just put up like a thing that.
Today got switch not.
God, you go to your office
you
and then there's this white
la.
thing, right? Then you just press on and off and on and off. That's your switch, brother.
You 1 week late lah. Oh yeah, anyway, speaking of switch, we were thinking of like bringing something interesting. Actually, we said Tuesday, but it's tomorrow, right?
Yes. She a bit still like, because no Monday blues, she cannot tell where it starts.
Yeah, so tomorrow, what we want to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we can either play arcade games or we can actually play party games and invite you to join and vote with us. We'll probably be trying Jackbox. We have to see how that works.
For those who have Switch at home, or for those of you who know Jackbox, what Jackbox is about, basically it's a bunch of party games that you can join even without having a Switch. Like the host needs to have the Switch and then you can just join using your phone.
Happy Dragon, what price? Crystal's affection. You can buy 4 million Nintendo Switch. Yeah, right now she's like that. You have 0 affection. The more you participate, the more affection you win.
Oh yeah, okay, come. I give 1 pew first.
1 pew. How many pews is a Nintendo Switch? About 4.6 million, give or take some inflation. You sure or not? You sure or not?
Maybe it's the end, or maybe our affection of a level of 1 to 100.
Maybe the message that you
like
receive right is her templated messages. Maybe you the sugar, you know. But you believe can we?
Yeah. It's always good to have hopes.
Yes. You got effort.
Adding on, macam like shucks. Mine lah. Okay,
yeah. So the thing with attrition is that you would, as an effort person, you would never see it happening to you because you just believe it's part of the ride.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Sorry again.
She's still thinking about shit now to give.
I was listening. I admit I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Attrition is like hard work, right?
Attrition is like
I mean not attrition rate, which is like how many people get sacked.
Yeah, essentially that.
Oh yeah.
Just the detriments over a long period of time.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So as a person who is doing effort, you always think that okay, now I give 110, not enough, 120 lah.
Oh yeah.
And in the long rate, you never see that you giving 120, that somewhere that 10% will come out. And you will never see the attrition.
Cost lah.
Yeah. you will never see the attrition in your life as detrimental.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
after
all...
a while, right?
Oh
Because
wow,
you
Q
sacrifice so much
Francis,
things.
I love how you're so involved with us. Hey, stay with us a bit longer, Q. Don't go. Just kidding. Nice to have you here. Always a pleasure to have you around. Talent is vital for academic, innate, or physical requirements. True. Like marathon. I love it. It's a bit about practice also, but a talent to like kickstart. Like, you know. But without efforts to expand the talents or experience, one cannot go far. Some talented and hardworking people also cannot go far because of bad timings. True. I agree on the last point though.
Right, okay, so I am a firm believer that opportunities are never presented. And that's because me, right, I have a very deterministic mindset. Like, throughout my life, I've seen a lot of deaths that taught me that you are just gonna die whenever like luck determines. So if you wait for opportunity, then you might spend your entire time waiting for an opportunity that happened at 78 and you live for 1 year. And if you're okay with that, good for you. But I always believe that you need to make your own opportunity. That means that as an efforter, your effort is not to train your skill, your effort is to form that situation to make
to
that
be the
opportunity.
bridge lah.
Correct. I agree though that talent is vital, but I would still say that I
feel like talent. Okay, I can't help but feel right. Okay, this is a very stupid thing, but it's like when studying. I feel like when we were young, right, your talent is important when it comes to like how well you do in school. But as you grow older, when you start to go to like the pre-tertiary or like uni stage, right, a lot of it is all based on hard work. It's not really based on like how smart you are anymore. And I got friends, right, who say that, oh, when I was younger, I used to get by easily because it come across as very easy. Like I can pick up very fast, I can learn very fast. So I always think that it's going to be that way. So it's like complacency. And then when it really starts to go like really hard and really difficult, and that's where they actually need to put in the effort. But people like them wouldn't know to put in a lot of effort because they've had it easy their whole life. Because they were naturally talented and smart. Compared to people who've had to work hard from the start all the way, it's nothing new to them. It's just like, oh, okay, just instead of 加10, I 加20, up my gear a bit. Yeah.
I feel it's the other way.
Oh, really?
It's very
I
obvious.
made an effort to watch it. Hello, you made effort, can make an effort to spell my name properly or not? I think I natural, so they can see a goal getter. 90% of the time, thinking what they want cause they. Thanks.
Okay, so the thing is, right, it's
Cheers.
people look at children and make the debate of effort versus talent easily. Because they have less to juggle. Your entire life is live, eat, study, sleep.
Yeah.
Right? As an adult, you have more things to manage, i.e. the like overt result of talent and effort, right? It's not very obvious. Because it takes effort to keep yourself safe and not try to jump off a building.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Talent cannot get you there. Yeah. And that's what people tell you. Not true. Some people are mentally just more resilient because they are so disassociative with.
Or they can just cut off easily.
Yeah. So
yeah.
The only talent that I would say I have is the fact to see every person like a mechanical set of gears. Like if somebody cries, I know something's causing you to cry. I don't feel emotional because you're just sad. It's a part of a human mechanism. Your brain literally, right, just injects chemicals into your brain and activate your tear duct, and that's why you're crying. Then that reaction causes your body to heave, and that's why you feel like you're out of breath. To me, it's a very mechanical thing. Like I can actually inject things into your body to make your tear duct stop and your muscles stop spasming, and you'll still be sad, but I cannot see. So it becomes the situation where if the tree falls in a forest and nobody's there, does it actually make any sound? Right? And she's trying to self-entertain, so just let her self-entertain. You can tell that she's a very associative person. She cares very much for the people around. For me, just like if you need time and you're not providing value, go and take your time, right? And it's a very strange thing because as an adult, let's say you are talented, i.e. your brain is big. Okay, layman term.
Do you have a big brain, happy dragon?
Yeah. So what happens is, right, the most overt situation you can find is in engineering school.
Oh.
Chinese people, right? And okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate. So Chinese people always get like their 4.0, 5.0, and you get your standard Singaporean agent kid 2.5, 3 at best, 3.2 maybe. And People will be like, no, Chinese people are talented. No,
It's just hardworking.
they're just afraid of dying.
Yeah.
And there's a difference.
They're more afraid than we are, I feel.
So what is their talent there? Their talent is their ability to manifest their fear of going back to their family, telling your family that
They spend all this much and they invested this much as their only hope.
I have a story. I have a friend who failed and went back and tell their parents, I'm sorry, I cannot bury you in a coffin because I failed.
Yeah.
And that in
more
itself,
stakes, like the stakes are higher.
there are literally no, I wouldn't call them stakes. Stakes, it suggests that there is you have spare, you willingly put something up, and you're okay with losing.
It's like they're shouldering more.
It's consequence. It's dire consequence. So at that point of time, their talent is pressure management.
Yeah.
Can you teach pressure management? You can teach infrastructure and steps.
I think from maybe I never really thought of a way to go about tackling it. But I just felt that my pressure management, right, the style has always been the same. Since I was like in school all the way to now. I don't see any improvement. Maybe I need to go for meditation courses or something.
What do you mean by you don't see any improvement?
Like I know what sets me off. And I try to avoid that. As in I know what sets me off, but I can never stop it from happening. Or I know what things makes me pressured. Yeah.
I am the other kind of person. If I know something triggers me, I run at it so as often as I can to the point that I know what it feels like when it's happening, and I'm very aware, and I instantly disassociate myself when I rant and I be angry because I can see what I'm doing. Like I literally like to feel my arms. I'm very aware of my thing, and it's a very strange thing when you do that, right? And if you want to disassociate yourself and like learn from yourself, think of the fact that you are essentially a pink brain piloting a flesh suit. Your consciousness and your outlook, everything, right, can be edited one. Like human, very good at medicine. You can be whatever you want, right? But you're just a blobbing little ball of pink mush, right? And you start to see yourself and you learn to be very aware of behavior. It helps you manage stress. Like when I say I'm stressed, it's more of like a social thing because everybody seems stressed. I better say I'm stressed. I'm never to the point where I feel helpless. Because let's be very real, I say this as a joke, but I mean this with my heart. Worst come to worst, male and females can always go and sell their bodies. You can never run out of things. If you really need to live, you can go and do cleaning. Now got people don't return plates, we return plates. Yeah. There are many ways for you to make a living. You just, whether or not you choose to, that becomes like a one and on. So if you are stressed over things that are like very first world, and you are stuck in that mindset, that is on you. Because it's not pressure.
I never actually really felt. I never really bothered much about social pressure. The kind of pressure I was talking about is like the hurry there.
That's still social pressure because expectation of somebody else.
Or like when I need to do something and then there's like the time ticking. Like that is the kind of pressure that will get to me. But if I know that a certain group of people, or let's say thinks of me in a certain way, I don't really care. Like that kind of like arbitrary, intangible pressure. All pressure is intangible, but the kind of arbitrary kind of pressure, I'm like, whatever. But if it's like a time ticking and then I need to faster finish exam, that kind, then I already will. Oh shit.
Exams are a very fun thing to talk about pressure. Because in exams, I am always constantly smiling.
Cheers. Oh my god.
And people think I'm insane. And I believe I am insane. Because this is that one true time where you get to know yourself the most.
Oh, true.
And I always find it very challenging, especially when the questions get real fun.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's like playing a game. And people are like, no, this is your life in your hands. That's the biggest game you can play.
You sound like a person who really like gambling. Who really enjoy the thrill of gambling.
I don't like gambling with money.
Oh.
The problem is that money is required for day-to-day survival. And you don't learn anything from gambling. That's the best part. Okay, I think that's why. You don't learn anything from gambling.
Oh.
You learn a lot, right, by gambling with your own life.
The odds.
I mean, that's still about gambling, you know?
Yeah.
You never learn anything about yourself. Like, if you take a gamble, for example, this is the first time you've seen a girl and you like have a crush, right? You take your chance to go and speak. The moment you stumble on your first words, you realize how much ability of composure you have. Like, my time frame is 32 seconds. After that, my brain just goes, and then I don't say anything. You learn about yourself, and that's a gamble, right? But in gambling, it's just like, today I draw one pandak. Tomorrow I draw, or maybe like one king and something else. You never learn anything about yourself, and all you do is just exchange currency, and that's all.
Yeah, I think it's just like about the thrill. actually.
Some people just want escape for the novelty of like constantly being in risk. Because a lot of the people that I know are either very stable to the point that they find their life boring, or they are just very unstable to the point that they have nothing to do.
Cheers to so I realized we're kind of like neglected a lot of the Facebook viewers. Just kidding. Cheers to Facebook viewers, welcome, and for those who just joined us, welcome to Talking To. Today we are having a more chill kind of episode, you know, if you just want to put us at a corner, maybe put beside your laptop while you're working from home as we talk about certain things that we feel might affect our people like us and you these days, you know, things are like more critical talking points that it's good to get off the chest. You can join us, comment below at what you think, and if not, you can just listen to us ramble on and on. Cheers.
So in the grand scheme of things, let us know down below if you are a talent person or talent person. Talent or talent?
I'm not saying what lah.
Absolute lah. We pick absolute.
Absolute
Yeah, because if you're on the internet, right, you shouldn't sit in the middle of a fence. You just get shit on by both sides.
I only can say that I'm not the what. I'm not an effort person.
So you believe in talent?
Oh no, you mean about myself or the what I believe in? I believe in talent.
I don't.
But I don't think I'm an effort person. As much as I try to do so.
Like what? Yeah, I think what you believe, what your opinion of the perfect person should be.
Oh, effort.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I also believe in effort, but I want to believe in talent. Like the logic is that so far talent versus effort, right, is like a 90-10 fight. Very little people will believe in talent, and the only people I know that believes in talent are the people who are so traumatically so traumatically isolated from any kind of benefits in their life, right? That they believe the only way up is talent.
I see. Yeah. Like because they've already done the effort route.
Yeah, they effort their entire life, and they've gotten nowhere. So to them, talent must be the correct way. And unfortunately, I don't have talent.
I do know people like that.
Yeah. So then that is like a very like dark circle because it's a vicious cycle. You can never get talent when you're born. Unfortunately, it's like you cannot choose your parents. So
it comes to a point where you're like already like 20 years, so it's like it's gotta be something, right? You know, that kind of like I've used up my whole life trying this route, and I'm figuring to see if talent will appear anytime soon. But like, a lot of people move into the phase of middle age, waiting for that to happen, just waiting for that one good chance where they can find their talent.
Yeah, I always joke to people that I know. Guys, it's literally a joke because they know they won't succeed. But girls actually have considered it. I told them, if you cannot find your talent, right, you start an OnlyFans. There's bound to be a community that will accept you and pay you for who you are. Okay. That's the brilliant part about human psychology.
It's a very nice to put it across.
No, okay. Some people always think that right?
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Right. That's the logic. But there are a lot of people who, because of the way they are born and like brought up, they cannot change their interests.
Yeah.
They are built like that. And they require other people to survive. Because human without communication will die. They naturally will die. Yeah. So that means that, right, you can be perceived as talented by that community of people, even though your own society doesn't think you're talented. And you can succeed there. It's absolutely fine. Whether or not you're willing to take a step, that's up to you. But that is how you produce talent after you're born. I.e., you need to find... Because everybody's born with traits now. It's like playing a game of Sims. Everybody's born with traits. If this society doesn't value your talent, like for example, if you're a really, really good artist, highly likely you're not going to be able to do it really, really big here. But if you pop yourself over to the US, it's a high chance. Right?
I mean, like what Q Princess said.
Yeah.
The number of opportunities. Right.
The opportunities are here. Because you could be based here and sell your product there.
Oh, true.
So that is you manufacturing the opportunity. Because you don't have to fly there. Because, I mean, being under the administration has its own issues too. Like, you know, let's be real. So, it's about you being able to manufacture your traits, right, to become a talent. Well, yeah. So, do I believe in talent? Talent doesn't exist. Like, do you have better body anatomy than other people? Yes, your brain's bigger.
What about Michael Phelps?
What about Michael Phelps?
Do we say what his hands are long and then his skin is like, it's a bit similar to the webbing that helps him to swim. His body is built to be a swimmer.
That's just scientists trying to tell all the normal normies that
why they can't win.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, okay, there are definitely signs to like an anatomically gained advantage. You are going to run faster with longer legs because your gait is longer than everybody else. Full stop. If your feet is bigger, your traction and muscle control is going to be better. Your sprinting is going to be better because you have more muscle per cm. There's no way to run. Is that talent? It really depends. right? Because some people can be born like a brick shit house. That means that your talent is going to be powerlifting. But if you have no interest, right? You're not born talented. You're just born wrong.
True.
Depending on what you want to do, right? And sometimes the worst thing is like you're born this way and you're talented in this industry. You have nothing to do, and society tells you you're just walking the wrong path.
Yeah.
That is the worst. That's why I don't believe in talent. I believe in being able to harness whatever you have to make good. And it's a good life lesson moving forward, so that you don't have to feel like born wrong. And I think being born wrong is like a really messed up.
Yeah,
way.
it's a messed up thing lah. You
Yeah.
don't sure feel that way lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
So that's why I love discussing this kind. My friends find it really aggressive.
Oh really? But we're quite chill what?
No,
I think
because
it's just being open to the idea, or like being open to different opinions lah, and just like accepting, okay, then whatever you want, you absorb, whatever you think you agree, just like
the thing is that being open doesn't mean that your mentality can change. And I personally, because we have been living in this internet world, if you know the internet well enough, that when you voice an opinion sitting on a fence, you're gonna get shit from both sides.
True.
If you sit on one side, you get shit
It's
from
gonna
one
get
side,
shit, yeah.
but then you have a community to block that shit for you. So that means you're more inclined to be really
So
one-sided.
always take one shit and not bullshit.
Correct. So
True.
naturally, when I make this kind of arguments, whether or not I truly believe in that, I always take one side very extremely because it's fun to see how people react to the fact
To
that
watch the world burn.
yeah, I think you have no talent because talent doesn't exist. They'll be like, no, excuse me, sir. I last time right when I do my little young zoologist, I very good. I'm like,
How dare you? I got an award.
yeah.
Piece of shit.
And now that you're older, I think it's really nice that when you're younger you get pointless awards.
But to me, right, talent is something more of it's a bit, it bears a little closer to home. It's something you think that I like to think that passes down from my family. So I really like to draw, and I've been drawing since I was young. And then my dad likes to draw, my grandpa likes to draw. So it's like it's not that I want to flaunt or use it as a thing to hey guys, look at my credentials. It's just like something it feels nice to know that something is being passed down.
Yeah, and that's nurture. It's not nature at all.
It feels like as in a inclination of a certain skill set, it's macam trying to weebify the whole thing lah.
Yeah, so let me ask you then, before does your great grandparent like to draw?
I don't know, I never asked about my great grandparent.
Because according to that theory,
Rest
right,
in peace.
that means that every major figure in your family should have the ability to draw well and likes to do it before I call it talent, like at least 10 generations. If not right, it's just
family, I think I don't know, I can't trace it.
Yeah. The argument here is that it's very strongly nurture because
Because it's like a culture, right? Sort of like I like it, and then when my kids
come out,
I will introduce them to this
correct,
kind of
because
thing,
it's
right?
all I do. And if you're a child, you come out and you realize that that's all you do. And in order for me to be liked by my parents, I just need to do the same thing they do. Naturally, it's very easy to pick it up. When you're young, you're so malleable. Do you know that a kid, I think like a 5-year-old kid, pick up 7 languages in proficiency,
True.
and she appear on a TV show and just speak native.
Yeah.
And that's how
cool.
Which is kind of sad because you don't know you're that good when you're young.
Oh yeah. When
Can you
you grow,
imagine?
then you're like,
Yeah, you learn like all your
do
UK
that.
stuff, right? When you're young, you never forget them.
True.
Right? So I would still think it's a very big, obvious nurture kind of situation.
But I've always drawn in secret. That's the thing. My family didn't really nurture because they were saying a bit weird tangent, but they always say cannot earn money. So just treat it as a hobby.
That's still nurture.
But they don't get any. I have to secretly I drink the toilet.
But that's still nurture because the fact that they talk about the fact this is what we do, but we do it as a hobby. It's not, you're not allowed to draw. Don't be a waste to the family. That is a nurture. And if you still like drawing, I give you your talent. Because you realize that everything else that you do does not give you the max amount of value in life.
Yeah, it's not so extreme. Yeah, not so extreme. I wasn't encouraged for it.
You don't need to be encouraged.
No,
Okay.
nurture is to encourage, right?
No, nature and nurture means that whether you're born with it or the circumstance around you shapes you. That's the nature and nurture argument. It doesn't mean that the person has to be encouraged. It just the thing needs to be present around that affects you. So for example, let's say, right, if you grew up in an all-boys environment, you are the only girl that exists in the world. You will never have girl-like qualities. That's the nurture argument. You will behave like a boy, you'll sit like a boy,
Okay.
and if it's nature, that means that right, if you are the only woman in the world, you will still walk like a
behave.
woman, you will still behave like a woman. You will be
Nurture
a
means you
gender.
got open to external factors to influence your behavior.
Yeah, that means,
Nature is the internal side.
correct.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
So I would still always advocate for the fact that the only difference between nature and nurture is, for example, if you're a gorilla and you live in a human family, your ability to be able to communicate is nature. But if like human and human, right, it's very high nurture. Because they are wolf boys. And that's like the de facto situation. If you're raised by wolves, you run like a wolf. Full stop.
I've heard of this nature nurture thing being like used to talk about other things, aka sexuality before, which were like in itself was spin into a whole other topic which I don't think we should talk about today or even on this platform. Actually, I don't know.
I think it's okay. Like
Yeah.
the thing is that we don't advocate for either or. It's like a on a scientific situation. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think right. Like you need to I must pick my words very carefully. You need to expose yourself to more things in the world. I want to say you need to expose yourself, but no, you need to expose yourself to more viewpoints in the world for you to be educated before you can truly tell whether it's nature or nurture. Right.
And even like the people whom we think are the most exposed, like scientists or researchers or whatnot, even more than us, like the medium, they still can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite counter to this nature nurture argument is what about the people who are asexual, attracted to cars and buildings?
Oh, I've seen it before. What my strange addictions.
Yeah.
Got married to my car. Then like,
So
how does that work?
yeah, so how does that work if it's truly nature? And how does that work if it's truly nature? Like, you know, it's like a bit jank lah, but okay, that topic aside. So okay, now for today we just talked about effort versus talent. Ian personally doesn't believe in talent. Ian believes in effort. Yeah, and then sum up your views.
Actually, I believe in effort, but I still like to hope that there's talent. I still hope that there is such thing as talent out there. I feel like talent is something that it's easy to pin their hopes on simply because it's like a motivation point. But to get there, you need effort. It's sort of like a goal.
You need to believe that talent exists and you have it, but it's just not actualized.
Yeah, it's not actualized. Yeah.
Understand.
Yes.
Alright, next point.
How about yours? Yours share about yours.
I think we. Also can. Okay. Recently there are a lot of trends, and I've been viewing meme dev for fun on the toilet because
Meme dev?
MEMEDEF.
MEM or
Like
meme?
meme
I thought
dev,
meme dev like those.
Yeah. So what caught my eye was that a bunch of people really like ADLV for some reason, and it's like a trend.
I don't really care.
Right. So here's the thing: why some people don't understand chasing trends, and I feel that I am a person who doesn't chase trends, and I think it's really, really funny to watch people do that.
Okay.
What about you? Do you chase trends?
It depends on the trend though. If it's a trend that is like towards my interest, then why not? Like, as in I didn't know of it before, and now because of this trend, it surfaces. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. I like it for what it is. I don't like it because it's trending.
Okay.
Yeah, but I only got to know it because of the trend.
So once the trend subsides, will your interest persist?
I guess so. I mean, one good way to tell is like my taste in particular. Yeah, there was one period of time like Paramore was trending, and then like because of that I got to know Paramore. But obviously the whole rock or alternative rock has died down already. But I still like it a lot. Yeah.
So here's the thing that like chase trenders who I would say right the majority the more elderly kind, which makes you feel very old, but I think it's because we're living in a very practical environment when we were in the from kampong to computer age,
True.
So the rationale of never chasing trends is that yes, your social status will increase. Good for you, right? You get to enjoy the things you enjoy, but once the product is out, it will stay out. Do you believe that?
Or out of trend?
No, as in like if
What
it's
means
if
stay
it's
out?
released. Because trendy things are always like it's out, it's doing its thing, it's new, people get onto it. Then after that, the hype wedding goes down.
Yep, correct.
And like my favorite example is people who are trend chasers are Tide Pod eaters
Oh.
who continue eating Tide Pods.
Oh, because they love already. They already said that they were in it for them long already. Then now the trend died down. Then people are like, hey, I thought you like this.
Yeah,
So they still have that.
but it's not social pressure. It's just they like eating Tide Pods.
Oh.
So those are the things you see.
Okay.
And as like a trend chaser, some people chase trends because they just want to be the in group.
Oh yeah, true. I agree
Right.
with that very much to an extent.
And some people chase trends to be in the out group.
Oh yeah, true.
Right? But you're still looking for
People just want to be included in something lah. I think it's like some herd mentality. I feel like it's some kind of like ingrained thing, right? Like a survival skill. You know, like when you're in the caveman, and then people need to depend on each other.
Yeah.
So there's that kind of like innate instinct to like want to find people and to be accepted by other people.
Yes.
So that it makes you feel safe and you know that you have protection in the caveman lingo terms.
Yeah. So now my next question to you is that if you don't crave socials, we're not saying you're introvert, i.e. you have limited
Will
social
it be
energy.
like in
No, are you still human?
Of course.
So you want the world to
I
only
didn't really think much before I answered.
yeah. So it's entirely okay for you to be the only person to go, and you are still considered human. Like is herd mentality part of humanity? Because chasing trends are the same logic. Right? Everybody hunts one type of animal, right?
It is part, but it's not all of humanity. Right? There are people who are fine without a herd mentality. Yeah, and that usually these kind of people I feel are usually like believers. Sorry to say.
No,
No,
I
depends.
strongly
No.
disagree.
No, not part of the herd mentality. Is like they know how to segment or they understand where this is coming from, and then they're able to like segregate so that they don't follow the herd. Do you think leaders follow the herd?
The leaders are so good at following the herd. They follow the leaders' herd.
It depends on what kind of people you have in mind.
No, all leaders follow the leaders' herd. Think about it. The leaders who are running a metropolis do metropolis laws. The leaders who know that their land are not fertile to run metropolis run the war leading or the war faring laws.
Everyone is just
So the leaders will always lead in the correct way because there's a correct way of leading a group. And there is no country in which one person survives and still be able to communicate and do basic primal surviving. After a while, they either go back or they just decide that, okay, I'm just never going to talk and I'm just going to like be with animals. And it's true because you can see all the primal YouTube videos, right? They do 6 year, 7 year challenges. It's completely silent. Right? And to some people who are part of the herd mentality, they will think that's nice.
Oh, why?
But I think because it's a change.
Oh, I think it's just nice to. Oh, I don't really know.
It's nice to
Well,
like
it's
complete
just,
the sentence.
oh, it's just nice to like stay outside for a while. I know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's nice to
Yeah.
stay outside for a while.
Yeah, because
It's
we don't
never-
get that here in Singapore.
Yeah, and it's never gonna be. It's nice to stay outside. Full stop.
Yeah.
Right.
But it doesn't mean we're herd mentality.
It is because you are part of a group of people who believe that I can still survive as long as I'm doing this and there's a change and there's a group of people to
I think I think I know where this is going. Okay, because I think there's a very like a certain there's a very stigmatized notion when we mention a word like herd mentality. It has a very negative connotation to it. So like when you say herd mentality, you just think of people who follow the group without having much personal opinions. But that's not always the case. Yeah, but I think that's how it's been presented in the media always. Like, oh, this group of people got herd mentality. They just die, need to stick in the group. They just, regardless of how they feel personally, right, they'll just follow whatever is the majority. Right, so that's what's been taught to us. But from the way that you're saying, right, herd mentality is more of like just feeling the need to be in a community, but yet still retaining your individuality.
The thing is that right, in your individuality is just basically one person in the herd.
Yeah, but you.
There is no what I'm arguing for is there
Yeah.
is no such thing as individuality.
Oh. Okay.
You are constantly part of a herd. If you
Okay.
are an trend chaser,
Mm.
you are part of the anti-trend chaser.
Oh.
I.e., you would follow all the anti-trend chaser activities, in which you don't activate trends, you don't look you don't think highly of people who chase trends. You have a very prototypical character trait.
Okay.
If you're a person who's overworked, you are part of the overworked herd, and you would always think that grass is greener where the grass is green.
Mm-hmm.
You would never be like, oh, I feel like I should just work more.
Okay.
And the alternative for escape is always the same. The alternative for behavior is always the same also. You are overworked because you choose work because you need work to survive. And you always want the escape to go to someplace else where there is zero work. It's never been to change jobs.
What about it? I think it's always a mix of both, isn't it? There's no left or right.
The problem is there is. You just described okay, so there are like big points where it's like I want escape, then after that type of escape, and then each type of escape has like a terrain type. Like I like Savannah versus like Caribbean, and then everything else splinters. So what you're looking at is that looks like many options to you.
But it stems from the same.
It stems from the same ideology that the overworked herd's solution to life is escape.
Hello.
It's never to like go back and fix the problem.
Cool. They look cool.
Cool.
You.
I like
how
how
like Eugene, like short form.
he just posts nothing.
Yeah. How you ever post nothing?
Spacebar.
Now I remember no. Cannot. I don't post nothing.
Dopes, yeah. He broke the system. Everything X.
No, I can't post nothing.
Interesting.
Cool,
Yeah.
how you post nothing? So interesting.
Yes. So I think that in itself, being a trend chaser is okay. A lot of people think that like, oh, I'm here to bash trend chasers. You just find a fine comment. If you are anti-trender, that's okay. And like, I am a very extreme person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this
Oh.
that I strongly believe you should protect everybody around you, right? But memes, this is truly for jokes. Don't take this seriously. But memes had me laughing for this one post
Okay.
that everybody should be entitled to their opinions. They can either choose to mask themselves or die. If they want to choose to die, just let them die. And I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because eventually what's going to happen is that all the dumb people are going to die. Then we just have a better society. And I realized at that point of time that I am a trend chaser. I chase the trend to have the best and most recent opinion. And my opinions change.
I always feel like there's no hard or fast rule about this. Like it's very different because there are so many factors involved. Like how do you determine whether you're a trend chaser or not? I think it depends on different situations as well. Like if I'm looking for BTO, I'm with the like if I'm trying to bring in like real life examples, yeah, of course I'm a trend chaser. Pick Toa Payoh, Bidadari, direct, go for it, man. Yeah, of course. But if you tell me about like TikTok, no. Social media trends posting 10 years before, after, no. It's stupid. Sorry.
And that's the thing that I've been trying to drive to. That you are part of the trend of being in.
Also, no matter what, okay, I see. So there are just different trends. You just depends on which category you fall under.
No, the current generation choose to be indifferent because they're being attacked by social things so often to the point that I don't have the ability to choose something and not suffer for not choosing. So it's best to sit and wait. That's our generation.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
okay.
And the non-trendy people are the people who go they're the go-getters. They do one thing and they do one thing well, like FAs.
Oh.
Everybody hates FAs.
What's that mean?
Financial advisors.
Oh, financial advisors.
They're real annoying and they're your friends,
Well,
and you really want to be with their friends.
But I
But
think
then,
they're really talented.
yeah, I personally think that
They're very hardworking.
they are the only people who are not trend chasing. But then you'll be like, no, FA is a trend. Everybody likes to chase that trend. The fact is that our current most overt trend is to be indifferent to everything. Pick the option because that's what taught to us. Like, be wise, sit and wait, learn about your things. Then the FAs are just like, nah, this looks good. I'm just going to go all in. And that is very reminiscent of the back in the day, the Wall Street trend of everybody wanting to be part of stock exchange and just doing whatever they can to get the money. Like even if they burn all their friends, they want to get the money. And that was that trend. So a lot of people talk, no, I'm not a trend chaser. No, you chase our literal social trend of you are so overwhelmed, the only way to be a proper person.
But I think there is a trend though. Like okay, then if that's the case, right, then anything and everything on the context of everything and anything can be a trend depending on your social situation and the kind of contextual norms that are being imposed on us currently.
Yes.
Anything and everything can be a trend. So people who are FAs essentially also fall under a certain trend. It's just that maybe because I'm not in their social circle, I'm not exposed to their life, I can't pinpoint what kind of trend it is. But I do have friends, right, who are all like the business financing type, who all want to become FAs because they think that that's like the lifestyle they want. So
Yes.
that in itself, isn't that a trend?
Yes. That's the point I'm driving at. That you shouldn't give trend chasers shit because you're chasing a trend.
Oh no, so like, but then after I thought you mentioned that FAs are not trend.
FAs are not trends in our local environment because we don't actively chase it. So let's say we do Singaporean generals, right? In general, that's not a trend. You don't see everybody jumping into an FA line, right? But in the business society, that's the trend. Because it's instant money, fast money, you get 5 figures all the time.
Yeah.
Or also top 3 lah. If you want to get internship top 3, that's also a trend.
So technically, it depends on which angle you're looking at.
Correct. You shouldn't hate people just because they're on a hype train.
So that, whoa, if you want to bring it out into context, because for a moment I had like a tenet situation, like because when you mentioned that FAs are not trends, but then the things that they're doing, they're showing the world. So sorry out there, I've got very good friends who are FAs, no point, no shit taken. But then they try to bait everyone around them using trends. So that's technically I was like, okay, so FAs, non-trenders, using trends to bait trenders into the non-trender thing.
Yeah. So that in itself, right, like that is why I cannot get into business because I appreciate their skill, but I'll never be able to put my heart into doing it. Because their ability is to break a person down into your social media profile and attempt to jabate you. And the problem is that because you don't know you need it, that's why they have to jabate you. Because I mean, one of these days, if you're gonna langgar by car, right, you die. It doesn't matter. Poof, right? What Kristle say? Poof.
Yeah.
You don't know it exists. All the shit that you left for the people around you is gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Right, and that's kind of
It's
literally.
more for, like, the people around you.
Yeah, that's literally what the FA scheme is for. Is to protect the people that you actually care about. If you don't care about anybody, right, don't need FA once, yes. You just go and poof, right? Poof, then everything's done. Come inside. Nothing matters. But the problem here is that we don't see because a lot of people who've grown up recently are a bit self-involved. I'm very self-involved. Like to me, it's just like, do I care? If I don't care, it doesn't matter. Even if everyone else cares, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. I'm never gonna put effort into it. So it's the same logic, and they are trying their best to make sure that hey, you know, humans now, which is why we link to the thing of like humans being herd mentality, of being able to protect themselves is important. And herd mentality, like what you say, is used in a very negative way.
Yeah.
But the strange thing is that right, you cannot drive herd mentality. You cannot lead it.
Yeah.
Which is very weird. Then who comes up with the idea?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like a soft, intangible force, like a big hand.
Correct. So
you shall like spandex suits.
Yeah.
Then you come hashtag.
So in that same logic, right? Like trend chasing is essentially being a herd, and you don't know where the herd starts from, but you just want to be a herd, and that's entirely okay. And some people will be like, no lah, you some losers, yeah. Step 1, ADLV, Adidas shoe. Give the person some slack.
That guy is okay. I get what you mean. So that guy is a trend hater. It's under the trend. It's under the trend hater trend.
Yes.
So in ultimate sense, there is no such thing as a trend or no trend.
Yeah, there's always a trend.
Yeah. So maybe like in that sense, it's just called like which group you belong to.
Yes.
Yeah. That because it kind of debunks, right, that there are always trends, i.e. there are no such thing as no trends, so it just depends on which group you belong to.
Yeah, so if you're a trend hater, you hate yourself. Learn to love yourself, people. It's only Monday.
Henceforth.
Yes.
Cheers.
And now you're starting to be like all of my friends.
Like?
Just, oh my god. Yeah.
For what?
No, sometimes the conversations that I choose to talk are very brain intensive.
Yeah.
That sets
it's fun,
you
what?
to, yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
But like the liquidation the liquidation frequency increases. Okay, now let's go to
a liquidation,
the frequency.
i.e. this liquid, this green Magic liquid.
到你.
Okay, next one. Actually, I don't want to talk about this one. Okay, because we're on the whole trend shit, right?
Wow.
And all about herd mentality and i.e. Example, what innate living mechanisms, right? What's gratifying about gossip?
Secrecy.
Okay, so your take is on the secrecy, like they're being like, I know something you don't.
Yes.
Okay, I think it's more of self-preservation.
How? Explain.
Okay, because if you gossip about someone, it's like you know that you're not part of the outcast because you're included in the gossip circle. So in a sense, I know that I'm not the ostracized one, i.e. I'm I'm preserved of this preservation of the self, and I have the one, if I'm the one starting the gossip, meaning that I want to, it's also even more dominated approach. I really want to preserve myself by ousting that other person first, be it for whatever intentions or reason that may be.
But that's an illusion.
Yeah, because it can always be done back to you. But there's
not really, because nobody will trust you with secrets, knowing that you're just gonna let everybody know.
Yeah, but everybody also. Everybody who's involved in it.
No, everybody can be the person who's listening to the secrets, the gossip starter.
Yeah.
And the gossip starter will always be the loose cannon. So
that is for the gossip starter lah. What if you're from like the just a peep?
If you're listening, then there is no self-preservation, because whether you know or you don't know, you're still in the group. Because you're not not the lowest rung one.
Yeah, but because you're in the group, that's why you know you're not in the lowest rung. If I'm in the lowest rung, I won't even be there. I'll be the one they were talking about.
Yeah. So it's just like okay, so here's the thing.
Like
I've been in
water, you know?
I've been in a lot of groups where the person who we know as the lowest rung is always in the gossip. Because the only person we don't gossip about is the person we don't care about.
Oh, so that person is like not even lowest, is just negative rung.
So what happens is that everybody, we are so close-knit that we gossip about other people behind their backs, and we share the secret so everybody knows, but nobody knows jack shit about this person because we don't care.
Ah, okay.
So that's why I have a difficulty understanding this, because the way my friendship works is that you can come, right? Like you want to self-insert, go ahead. Like everybody needs a group, right? Yeah. And we don't want to be responsible for your death when you jump off a building. But if we don't care about you, we don't elicit anything out of you. I got no friends. Help, bro. Tinder.
Hey, I'm insulted.
Coffee meet bagel.
Happy Dragon, I'm insulted. I'm your friend.
Yeah, just 没有 affection, 没有 switch 而已, but still your friend.
No lah, because I always feel that it's a very self-preservation thing. Like, okay, this is stemming from the stories I've heard also. This is more of like workplace. Ooh, juicy. Workplace gossip. So it's always, right, whenever you see someone trying to take the other party down. Yeah, so they start to form groups, and then they start to gossip. And then so that, like, you know that if you're in the loop means you're safe. Means you're technically accepted with this group of people. So you're part of their clique. So it's like, okay, I'm hang like, I'm not the one that I'm going to ostracize. Yeah. And I kind of feel that it's also a very selfish means. I'm not in this group because I want to know what rubbish you're talking. I just want to be in this group so that I know I won't be the one that, like, all the arrow aim at lah.
I don't know, I feel that work, right, is work. You get what I'm trying to say?
Like, friends is another thing.
Like in your life, right, the first thing that you can actually cut away is work. You can always change jobs.
True.
The company will always need you more than you need.
# shout out to Will and Coy.
Yeah. The company will always need you more than you need them. And they always tell you you are replaceable. Then I would say that you work hard when you're here, so that when they replace you, right, the damage is so big they take 3 months.
Yeah.
Then they will never let you go because they cannot afford 3 months of not having somebody in that position, right? But that being said, like, I feel very hard connecting with people at work if they don't already resemble my friends.
Oh, okay.
So I think the problem I have is me not understanding the fact that I have to be nice to people. at work.
It's not very empathetic.
Because you are paid to do your work. If you don't do your work,
I'm not paid to make friends.
correct.
To do my
Like if
work.
it's in the JD that says make friends, okay, fine. I'll be the most like
Are you
amiable.
someone who goes to work to make friends or to do work? Huh? Happy Dragon?
Yeah. I don't come to work to make friends. I come to work.
Yeah.
And if you happen to look like what I find a friend,
I always feel right that if you mix up the two, it's gonna get real nasty.
yeah,
Real messy, man. Real
it's
messy.
not equal.
Yeah.
Everybody will either be paid more or less than you, be in a higher position than you.
And then
No different people.
your work value will get judged very differently. Because if you're that friend that you're talking about, it depends on the status as well.
Yeah.
It depends if you're gonna work with that person. If you're gonna work with that person, they're gonna be like, yeah, they just do it because they're friends.
The worst is
Yeah.
if that person has like the spouse or significant other in a higher position.
Ooh.
It's the worst. That's why I don't meddle in
Ooh-wee.
like being friends with people at work. Am I nice to you? Yes, because that's human decency. Please have some. But am I really friends with you? Nah, I wouldn't call you out for a drink if my leg was chopped off. Right? And that really depends. Like within the team, I think from the left-hand team, I would consider they are friends. They are the people that resemble what I would call friends outside. So I'm very okay. Like moving outside, I would say that I don't really know them, so I cannot really befriend people. Right? So it's a bit hard. And the unfortunate thing is that, right, if you work long enough, you'll naturally become friends with people.
True.
Whether you like it or not, that one will be one. Then,
Yeah, because
then
you spend how many hours with
Yeah.
them in a day?
then
You
out of
spend
nowhere,
more-
right?
yeah.
Then they stress, they can't gossip to you, right?
Yeah, it's like-
You stuck in the in group, like, oh.
I don't want to be friends.
Yeah.
Time to draw the line back. No lah.
That's why, like, normally, I hate workplace gossip.
Oh yeah, same.
You tell me for what? I'm also not paid to do enough.
Goodbye.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, please don't tell me.
So
I don't
I have this
have it.
very weird habit where
If I watch like
enough. What is enough? What is enough life cards?
enough to know the actual number.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of the same thing.
Hey, Happy Dragon was like, oh, I thought it's 77. Where to count? Yeah, that's good enough. Fun times.
Yeah, so-
Shut it. It's like a table. Right.
It reminds me of the pizza thing.
Oh yeah! It reminds me of a four-legged table where like people can sit around with the stools to eat. You're actually looking at this.
Yeah.
I counted 77 more. Yeah, I was like, another day, buddy.
This is like the Japanese table when it's on the floor and you sit on the
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah, like the shit, what's that? The hot table when like
Yeah, then you have to put the
winter-
cover.
Yeah. Then they eat the steamboat. 蜡笔小新
Yeah, so like at one point of time where I'm so done with gossip, the moment the gossip comes, I release it everywhere I can find.
It's quite funny. You
To the point that people don't want to tell me that shit. I'm like, okay, good, leave me
yeah.
alone.
Or you don't give them the response that you want. That's the best way to avoid.
No, I don't think that's it because they think they can try again.
If they say, oh, got thing, oh.
No, they just think that on that day
Oh
you're having a bad day.
Oh, true.
What I'll do is because I love villain characters
Yeah.
because they get the very effective results immediately.
Oh, true. By doing like the thing that people were like, no.
Yeah, so when people tell me gossip, oh really? Then what about this? I learn everything, and I turn around and I go to the pantry and I just loudspeaker. So everybody knows.
Hey, so I so say you like that.
Ah. Then they'll come to me, why you
Chaos.
don't tell people? Told me. I didn't know it was secret. We didn't do our secret handshake.
Lols.
Then
Then they're like,
never ever again will you get the
So
gossip.
this person, hey bros, okay, so let's make a secret handshake. You're like,
Yeah, you must have like my password. Okay, the only reason if I'll keep you a gossip is if somebody's dying, if somebody's about to give birth illegally, i.e. they've been banged and like they didn't know, or it's gonna end up being a police case. If you tell me,
like a,
if I think that person is being very annoying, right? Then that time I'll go complain to my boss. But if you complain to the boss, straight away I'll just be like that. Cause I don't like to. Okay, you know task list, right? This is very related to task list. In my task list, right, I don't take off everything before I pangkang. If not, I will like you tell me a gossip, right? It's just like putting a new task there. It's like, do you know? It's like you cannot take off, cause you cannot tell anybody. I hate it. So naturally, I'll just resolve.
And then I know I have very bad memory, so I don't like to involve myself in gossip, right? Because I know one day or another, I confirm will say out. Confirm. So I will just tell the person, say like, if you know this, say, Tiki, if I should tell you, I'm just like, don't tell. I'm just telling you, my memory sucks. But if I know that, okay, it's like, but if it's really bothering, I'm like, okay lah, like, I will just listen. But that's it.
Yeah, I've developed a set of like skills to hear but not listen.
Yeah. I just like hear, but I don't like to like relay. Like, why do you relay?
Sometimes I do it for therapy. So you know, like back in the primary school days, they'll teach you like how to answer comprehension questions. Is you match words, right? So the technique I have that I pretend to care, and that's why a lot of people want to tell me things.
You pick up things, then after you
like,
bring
what
it
about
up.
this? Oh yeah, then you say that. Then they think that they are like actually getting therapy. Half of the time I'm just be like, hiya, why got no game to play on my phone?
And you take out one part and say like, okay, no, you take out one part, then after say, oh yeah, you know the day we have golden mouth, then golden mouth, then like, then how come that day at golden mouth?
Yeah. This is the greatest technique of pretending you care to maintain your friendships without involving yourself. Because the best part is because you're not listening, you don't remember.
Yeah.
Then you cannot tell other people.
Yes.
So the secret dies with you because it didn't enter in the first place.
Then after that, best part to end it off is say, bro, but whatever say today, just let it go lah. Tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, new day lah, new day. Don't think about it. Best end.
I realized I never do that.
Oh, really?
I always force people to pick a side.
I always tell them to just like, okay, to me it's like, so are you going to tell the person straight or not? No lah, and then let it go. If you don't feel this, you feel this way about this person, are you not going to tell the person straight to the face? Then there's no point harboring, right? This is simple.
Cause the lot of people is because okay, at first when I was a bit younger, I thought this way. Like, just let it go. After a while, you realize that if you were so pent up to the point that you needed to tell somebody about it, high likely that you're not going to be able to let it go. So, the usual thing is very simple. You tell me already, right? So now two people know. You want to tell or I want to tell? You choose. And then they'll be like, don't tell. I'm like, too late. If you don't tell, I'm going to tell. I give you 3 days, no? And after a while, good thing is gossip starts lessen because nobody wants to be forced to the ultimatum. But when people tell me things, it means that I get to do things. I get to check off my checklist. This is great. And they'll be like, don't dare tell the person. Done deal. We'll set it.
You want to.
And that was the funniest thing. Back then when I was in hall and then I was a director of my hall musical, there was just 2 people that liked each other and didn't want to say anything. Fucking annoying.
Yes, yeah.
Then they talk to me.
And go!
Yeah, they talk to me. Then after I told them the ultimatum. Then they bluff me, say they're gonna say. So I gave them 3 days and I asked. Because I know, right, that if you sit within the 3 days and I ask, it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be weird. Turns out, nobody knew. So I'm like, okay, it's time. Then one Wednesday when we had ladies' night, and then it was just everybody had to do their shit. And they were like, then all my friends were like, bro, you damn effed, leh. I'm like, why? It's like, why do you have to do that? It's like, both of them told me, this is like, you watch Disney, right? And it's like the perfectly written teen romance, like, plot, right? I just like, you want to pretend you when you grow old, then just, now kiss. Then, done already, then they're happy. So, to me, right, I don't like to keep gossip. What happened?
Like,
oh no. Then turn it off. Turn it off! How do you have such an agile?
Yeah.
So, cannot press button. Can you press off? Yeah. So, to me, do I like gossip? I like the idea of it because it brings people together. It gives people power or the illusion of power.
Yeah.
Do I actually like to do it? No, it's so tiring.
It's very tiring, guys.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
And I personally don't really care about people who like to start gossips.
I don't see what's the point. Like, if you feel something about a certain way about someone, you just tell the person. Like, I feel like people who start gossips, right, are not actual problem solvers. You just want to stir shit, and you're wasting everybody's time while you're at it.
The only one person that I truly related to was in one of the part-time places I've worked at. She has a mother with cancer, and she needs a job.
Okay.
And if she starts a gossip, she loses her job.
Okay.
So she needs to move things around.
Okay.
So that she is not the one who has gotten this person fired. It's the people around her that has.
Okay.
So her only way out of a problem, without making more problems in life and killing her mother, is gossip.
Okay.
So That one I accept. Everything else, man, you
There are
just
certain-
bought.
sometimes there are certain circumstances also lah. Like you need to get back. Sorry, but you need to get back a certain person. Yeah, or you like this person 有踩过你 and then like you cannot outright get back. So you
Yeah, you have no power lor, so you sell
Yeah.
a bit lor.
Yeah, be a little dog.
Yeah. So then you start gossip. And I think it's
I
kind of
agree.
like, look, like everybody doesn't, not everybody have balls. That's why having balls is kind of like a trait that a person have. Like the
I
go
drink
net.
too much alcohol, please.
It's okay. You're vaccinated, right?
Excuse me. Yeah,
Same when I do that.
double. Okay,
It's
when I
cold,
drink
ah.
alcohol, right, my nose blocks up.
Oh, mine just goes. Like it's like
My nose will get itchy and then like especially beer, and my feet get swollen. So my dad was like, something could do with water retention, but I agree lah. So he tell me to go. I want to be like, oh, naggy parent, but he's true. Okay, I will be
then why
scared.
do you present it as like a
But I agree. So I need to go for a checkup soon, guys.
Alright, so have we covered everything about gossiping?
Yeah,
Cool.
cool.
Okay, next one. Does joy, like in life, not the actual person joy, cost money?
Is that soju? Yes.
Yes.
Are you drinking with me? Where's the Martell? Huh? Where's the Martell Happy Dragon? All talk, no walk. Oh wait, you in office today?
Sekali he also got Martell, just pull out from the
Yeah, I don't
side
know.
cabinet.
I don't know which day you go back office.
Better message.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah, so does joy cost money?
Depends on what is your joy lah. Oh, like technically
Yeah.
it really costs money what?
How can you get free joy?
Yeah,
That's my
cannot.
actual question.
I want to like people say like, oh my joy is breathing in the air. Hello, be able to breathe in the air means you need to be a citizen, means you have a house here, means you need to pay the rent.
So
If you want to backtrack like that, then technically there's no such thing as free joy.
so what if, let's say, my joy is living a life without bus and I just go live in the forest? Is that free joy?
It's also at a cost. You live at a forest, but at what cost? I miss joy.
Like in life or
Oi.
a person?
You miss having joy in your life.
Habis. Wait, her
Funny,
SO come
yeah.
and knock your door. Go, go, go. FBI, open up.
So all say Pasir Ris, very easy to find.
Habis.
Is that joy? I'll tell her. Noted.
Which Final Fantasy ah? Now she like some chibi girl.
Eh, what? Yes, yeah. They say got one new character come out, right?
New character.
See what? I saw that they got some 球部 can choose this person instead, so not bad.
Oh, there's a male rabbit man.
Eee.
Rabbit man used to be only females.
I think I think a male rabbit man is very kinky and weird.
Okay, this conversation has popped up way too many times for a Singaporean male like me, but let's just put a differentiation.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
A furry
Oh, furry ah.
is an upright animal.
What's upright?
Means
Erect.
两个脚。
Oh,
它
sorry.
normally 四个脚 but 它可以变两个脚 and it can
Okay,
behave like a human.
Normally 四个脚变成两个脚. Okay.
Okay, so imagine like a fox standing up
Okay,
and
or
being able to
dog.
speak English.
Okay.
That's a furry.
Don't get me wrong. Nurse job.
Nice!
Idiot.
Happy Dragon, I'm gonna play a new Pokemon game.
Hey, what about what? Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, should play a new
My dad
Pokemon
want to
game.
buy. They got discount or anything.
Yes, yeah, hey. 一起嘞 big deal. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
a person with animalistic traits is not a furry.
Okay.
So a
because
girl-
animalistic means must go all fours.
No, like a girl with cat ears.
Okay.
It's not a furry.
Because she technically does not
It's
have
90% human.
4 feet but stand on 2 feet.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
the determining factor.
essentially that's the layman determining factor.
They call me treasure. Oi! 不要讲我爸爸。
I like how you can read his comments right in like wrong segments. It'd be like, don't get me wrong, I will trash your dad. Ultimate BMs, yeah. Dude, nice. Dopeness.
You call me Pokemon Master, but my dad is a Pokemon Grandmaster. Just kidding lah. Sucks lah.
The 老爸 is like the Elite Four 后面那个 Pokemon
It's like
champion.
后面旁边的 Gardener 那个。
He
No,
tell you,
kidding,
he
kidding.
tell you tips how to win. Nice.
Damn funny. He was like, hey, should I buy sword and shoe? I was like, don't buy sword and shoe. Just wait for diamond and pearl. 不要浪费你的钱。
I think you're drunk.
I'm not drunk lah, brother. I don't
Do you ever
get drunk.
sneeze uncontrollably?
Yeah.
Do you have like a tell that when you're instantly drunk?
I get very high
I am very conscious to the point that I start throwing up, and that's when I'm drunk.
Oh yeah. When I need to throw up, right? That means I know my limit is there. But once I throw up, I can drink again.
Yeah, that's how I know I am drunk. Because
yeah.
up till then, like the walking straight, the having
It's
conversation.
just considered high.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not drunk.
But the moment the drunk kicks in, right, is the worst. Because
Yeah.
I think I have bad digestive system.
Oh.
So normally people throw up quite colorful and like very like patterned.
No, mine's all light brown, no meh?
Not light brown, right? Mine is black.
That is like.
So I think I have
scary,
issues with my Ian like my digestive system.
Oh no, that's
Sometimes-
very scary. That's a bit like horror movie.
Yeah, so I need to detox.
Oh.
So that you go back. I don't know why it's black, but it's there was once it was really really funny because I think it was usually I'm doing.
It is a bit scary.
It is.
I know I heard of black poop, and black poop is because your internal tract is bleeding.
Yeah, then the
That's
blood
why,
dry.
Yeah, that's why it's black.
Yeah.
Yeah. So most of the time when people say go doctor, say black poop, the doctor will be like, are you sure you have black poop? Is it not just super dark brown or super dark green? Because it is black poop, I have to send you to the hospital already.
Then he takes out those painter charts that you go BTO. You can imagine.
The foundation color. I think this is a shade Pantone's hashtag 204.
The first time I went to
Cheers.
Tekong, right, and then they had like the P coloration chart. I swore to God, I laughed my ass off. I'm like,
It's quite funny.
I've never seen that, cause that's usually in like a paint shop, right?
Yeah.
And it's fair because this means that because the urinal is white, so you can tell, and it's basically based on dehydration,
Oh.
to tell you whether you drink enough water. And that's important.
Do you got what? Water parade or then what is
No, some people.
consciously they drink water?
I will always drink water because I'm a sweet home.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Some people, right, can exist with like 500 bottle ml like one day. I'm just like, how? When your gears like grind, to me, right, if
Maybe
I don't,
because they mix with other drinks. They mix with 500 and then like they buy a ping and then after they buy that's like and then mix with another drink and then they drink the 500 ml and then
I cannot. I think maybe it's just because when I was young, I was in the uniform. Then once I joined the army, so it's like a long period of time.
oh.
I cannot replace water with any kind of flavored drinks. Like if it's like for food, make the food go down, that's fine. But it's still gonna be like 9 to 10 glasses every day.
Oh, that's good actually. It's very healthy one.
Yeah. Then why is my Von black? You get what I'm trying to say? Something's really wrong.
Bring it back to the black bobby.
Yeah. So that's
quite
yeah,
scary.
Yeah.
Do you see a doctor?
After I detoxed, then I went for drinking. It came out normal and light brown.
Oh.
So I think it was just me constantly eating too much spice.
Oh, that day lah. It was just that. Oh yeah.
It was really funny though.
I cannot.
Because it was a Halloween party. And people thought it was a party trip. Like,
Oh my god!
And the funniest thing was that it was I think I was eating biryani. So a lot of the biryani things are like long, right? And like hay. When everything came out in fibers and things, it looks like I digested a person.
Nice.
And people know me because I told you the story about me trying to make the house.
Yeah.
They were like, dude, this is a great trip. Oh my god, it's not a drink.
Bro.
I'm trying.
Give me a tissue.
Yeah, I'm trying not to die right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, actually I cannot drink Bacardi. I tried it 2 times, it's like my poison. I hate Bacardi
Yeah,
so much.
some people are just like allergic. I don't know what it's
I
allergic
cannot,
reaction.
like, it's like, I hate the taste. And I hate it like, when I drink already I get like I feel like puke. I don't know.
Yeah, your get reflex will trigger to some.
Yeah, I don't really like it, man.
That's why gentlemen learn to be learn to normalize liking women's drinks. Because it tastes great. Martinis, great. Long Island's great. Long Island will kill you, but it still tastes great on the way down. Don't need to be like, oh yeah, I only drink Coke with her. Why are you gonna be so badass all the time, dude? Just chill out.
Hey, what's that? What Cubre? What's that called? Never mind, nothing.
Okay.
Cuban Libre, you know, I forgot what's that lah. Coke with something lah. Coke with
Yeah, so it's joy free.
No, it's not.
I believe it can be.
It can
If
be.
let's say if it's like you're calculating like everything in terms of like every hour I paid minimum wage.
Yeah, that one a bit hard. If you really want to
Then
go
that one-
down to the nitty gritty, like want to think so much, then of course it's not free
Then
lah.
the only free joy, right, is like your life is so stressed and you want to off yourself. Then that's free.
Yeah,
Right.
like
And
you
that's
want to. Yeah, it's like, oh, what but if I'm the kid and then I get to be happy, yeah,
Your
because your
parents, yeah.
your parents are helping you to enjoy this time. They took a day off, they bring you out to the park or the zoo, they paid for your ticket, they bought you the ice cream. So everything is at a cost.
So now let's be really annoying and
Okay.
calculate how much is an hour of joy actually worth. What's the price, right? You're willing to
Let
pay?
me call Joy and ask her what's the pay. No, just kidding.
Yeah. So what's your like? How much is an hour of joy worth?
An hour of joy.
Yeah, cause like this is the easiest way to calculate. Cause some
Okay.
people like go to before we get there.
Yeah.
Like you know
Ooh,
you
go to
you can visit like museums.
Oh,
And that could be something. Or sometimes
That
you
is
go
a
to the
museum too.
district of the red lights, and then that's also an hour of joy.
There's a body museum.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
It's a body museum. You also get a look, right? You pay your entrance fee.
Then
you
got
mingle
interaction.
with, you mingle in
segments.
groups. You interact with the sculpture, the piece of art, and then you make your judgment and comments. Oh, damn sexy. Wow, not bad. I really like the style to buy. Just kidding.
Nice.
Just kidding.
Nice. We are finally at the juicy part of talking.
No,
Yes.
like a museum.
Yeah. So how much do you think an hour of joy is worth?
It depends on what makes me like easily happy. So an hour of joy could just be a bike ride for me. And that is like my bicycle divided by the number of days that I think it will last for.
So that's your average cost. Average
Yes.
day.
Yeah, so I've got my bike for $50.
So if let's say you can only ride your bike for the rest of your life as your only source of joy, that'd be okay. Yeah, that's what I'm asking for, like average cost. So you can be like, oh, I do many different things. Some is like $4, some is $50. So my average is like probably like 25, 27.
Maybe around there lor. Okay lah, be a bit more generous. 50 an hour.
I think it's also around there.
Yeah, around there, 50 an hour.
Yeah, and that's literally how I gauge whether or not a purchase is worth.
Ooh, that is like high level though.
Because you see, you can predict how long you play a game. You can predict how often you wear a shirt. Because sometimes it's just not the day to wear spaghetti straps. Some days, like it's like a nice ladies' night.
When you mentioned like how long you play a game for, like then I started to think about all the wheeling I did in Genshin.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about how many $50 did I spend.
the funniest thing
Made
is
me
like
very happy.
in my notes, right, I put how much value does trend like derive. ADLV annual revenue as of 2021, 35,393. That's very little.
Oh,
Right? Genshin Impact as of June 2021, $69.7 million.
I'm not even like those crazy whalers. I'm like the occasional
She's the
whalers.
part-time whaler.
Part-time whaler. I like this character that I buy.
Yes.
Because I'm so lazy to play all like earn all the primo gems.
So the thing is that so what's the safe bet? Accounting for the fact that Genshin Impact also a thing. Is it still $50 for an hour of joy? Like let's say you whale for a character, right? How long do you play with the character before you like no more time?
So far for all the characters I play, that I use money to buy. About 2 hours a day.
For how long?
Yeah, I will. I know right from the start that
It's
I
like
will.
month, right? Every month.
A
or
few
like 2.
months, yeah lah, but out of some people using it.
So like that technically speaking, like per hour the character is
bad.
about like $1 to $2, right?
Not bad.
And a lot of people who like play games, right? They're like, oh, battle pass are very expensive. Subscriptions are very expensive. If you were to break down the amount of time you actually spend,
Right.
versus the fact that in order to have like a good day that you may or may not remember because you forget to bring your camera to take down the moments, a $50 an hour trip versus like throwing $10 for a month, right? That's really kind of how you derive your joy. So some people will always say that, oh, my joy is very cheap. And I would agree that it's good to have cheap joys or cheap thrills, so you can have multiple. But I also agree that having expensive joy for hours has a lot more benefits. It means every time you get the joy, you're gonna enjoy it. Because most of the time you're just suffering
Oh.
without joy.
Yeah, that one that more expensive joys would be like what, a nice dining court, like a fine dining, or like a nice meal.
If you are interested,
buffet,
like back in the day when dancing crab and like crab on the back,
yeah,
those were really good, and
Or
that was
like
also a trend.
Yeah,
I
or
was
like
a 13 trend chaser.
or maybe like cruise ship.
Oh, I don't like cruise ship.
I also don't know. I've never been on a cruise ship.
I think it was too many horror movies when I was young.
Oh, really? I only been there when I was in my mom's stomach. I mean,
Because it's like all the horror movies that you cannot escape.
oh.
Or then like the serial murderer or murder you in the middle of the day. Or I just feel with old
The
people.
current horror story is getting COVID and getting stuck on a ship.
Yeah, that's even
The most
worse.
recent horror story.
So I've never been like a big fan of cruise. Do you like water? Go kayaking.
I love water sports. I used to be really black last time. Like
What
duck.
were you? What was your main sport? Water polo?
No, I wasn't dancing.
Swimming? Like water? No, water sport. I know what your main thing is.
No, I wasn't dancer. I was just damn black for some reason. I don't know
Why?
why. It's because I always join all those extra activities in
Yeah.
school when they have like, oh, kayak day. I'm like, let's go. What's that? Cannon or dragon boating. Oh, let's go.
Oh, dragon boating was really.
It was some like cool like extra activities, and then like I picked dragon boating for God knows what reason. Just like 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm like,
I went for a dragon boating trial in poly where they
Oh,
set
very
us
fun.
in the drain of the swimming pool to teach us how to, because it's the best seat. You take out the drain cover, you sit here, and then this is the pool, this is the
Oh,
drain
yeah,
pool,
yeah, yeah.
and you do that. I was
Oh,
like,
yes.
nah, bruh, nah. I
Yes.
like the drumming, but holy moly.
It was so fun. So I like kayaking because kayaking.
Yes.
I get to do what I want.
Yes.
Like shoot. Then like when flip.
The coolest thing was that I was supposed to take my second star, but I was unwell on the second day. So the funniest thing what they taught you in the first star kayaking is e-brake. The second thing they teach you is what's it called? A collision aversion, or like some weird chin term where the kayak comes this way, right? Then you are here. Then what happens when you're doing this?
Okay.
You don't e-brake. Instead you capsize yourself because you have a spray skirt.
Yeah.
Then you go underneath and then you just flip out.
What the hell?
It's that high level eh. Like I
I
did it.
just capsized and I never come back.
They'll teach you like on the first day they'll teach you how to recover.
You know, the capsize. Oh my head is still here. How you capsize? Won't the boat be still be floating?
Yeah, but the front part will not clip you because you're underneath the water. So they just go. Then after that you.
Oh.
And it's the coolest thing. It's like some action movie thing. Like, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
What
dun,
the
dun, dun.
hell?
Then the instructor
That's
do like damn
cool.
fun and then sometimes right they just board cause hot ma.
Oh yeah, then they want to get it wet.
then they
get
just
it wet.
kushum, kushum. Then they're just like,
Ah.
"Waliao, it's
I
like
love it
cool."
so much. If only I cannot swim.
I don't think you need to.
I just need a life jacket.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
You can put a lot of things inside your bag. Yeah.
Actually, I love ATV.
Ooh.
ATV is so fun.
But-
I love it.
ATVs are like, I think I have a lot of motorcycling horror stories that I've heard from friends. Some I've seen firsthand. The funniest one is still the guy was riding. His chain broke, like the bike chain broke, and he whipped around and cut off his leg.
What the heck?
And I was like, nah, bruh. And my mom was like, yeah,
How
it's,
can you cut the leg? It was like
the chain is going this way. Then it just snapped and goes. So it snapped at the most opportune whiplash moment. So the thing just went, cause he's like that, man. So he just clean off. And I was, cause it's hot some more, so it's literally just cauterized as it went down. So I'm like, then my mom just like, no, you want a car ride? It's like 铁包肉. If you're on a motorcycle, it's 肉包铁.
Yeah, they
Like,
always say that.
Then all my uncles all learn to take motorcycle. They come back with like brain scrapes all the way, everything. Then the time when I go longboarding and have an accident, my mom was like, yeah, you want to die? I was like,
and
okay,
you
okay.
think motorcycle is like 肉包铁? What about the longboard?
No, but the longboard is slow.
True.
You
true,
cannot
true,
ATMP
true.
down the road, ma. But motorcycle you can eh.
Wow.
Then there was once
Wow.
the Facebook right, this story of e-scooter people. My mom banned me from e-scooter because it's me.
Yeah.
And then she always like to send me this one thing of one small like delivery trucks coming. Then this e-scooter guy was ramming like I don't know he like trying to go back to Hell's Gate or some shit. Pong! He flew and then he just scorpion landed and it was raining someone though. So he slid across like the big red yellow square, the cross junction.
Okay.
He went all the way down and 2 car lengths down the street. Like on his face going this way. Just then someone got like when you take the water jet right, then the water was splashed by the side. So it's damn comedic. Like I want to be like, but I cannot because he's like shh. He just like enjoying his water slide. And Singapore recently been raining a lot. So he just shh. Then I told my mom, I was like, it looks fun. I know it hurts because I personally experienced
what the hell? I
face
think
planting and going that
the
way.
whole skin just.
Confirm one. Or maybe not lah because of the water. Because like water slide right, if you slide dry, pain.
Oh, yeah,
Then,
but
but
the
you
water
go-
got lubrication.
Yeah.
Maybe that day got some mud.
That's why he can go so far, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god! What
Yeah, but no,
pain,
I'm not into that. What I'm into is bicycles with 4 wheels. Those I think are cool. Like
bicycle with 4 wheels?
so they are recumbent bikes.
Like the kids one
No, they're adult bikes, right? They are recumbent.
How is
I.e.
the children?
you can the normal way is you cycle forward, right?
Yeah.
Recumbent bikes are this way, where the cycling thing is and you have
Okay.
4 wheels. So it's like a car without engine.
Oh, that one!
Then you have handles by the side
okay.
and you cycle.
Yeah, the lie down bicycle.
I like that. That's okay.
How you even see where to go?
You're not supposed to like there's like a proper seat.
I don't like know where to go.
You put, you know there are those lazy glasses where it's like one mirror, right? Then got a mirror here.
Oh
so
my
that
god!
god!
I don't know how you see where you go if you're lying down and cycling. What the hell? Oh my goodness me.
Oh, oh,
Oh.
oh. Oh! Our podcast has been interrupted by some oh. Yeah, okay, so now let me join. Okay, yeah, so can you get joy for free? It depends what you're willing to give up in exchange. Is it
Yes.
truly free? Not really. But is it cheap? Maybe. Depends. If your joy is like, you know, folding the cranes, that's probably quite cheap.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah.
Like one pack of $1, right? I don't even know how much the crepe paper costs now.
Confirm expensive one. Last time you go
I know
normal
it's the
shop.
colour paper one, right? The one that you touch with your finger, then it will stay in your finger.
Yeah, 50 cents ringgit last time.
50 cent,
Last
right?
time.
Because of red.
Now it's like
yellow, green.
120, 130.
Ah, so ex.
Okay, finally, let's play my favorite segment of today.
Yes!
$1 million but.
I'm ready.
Okay,
Okay,
So-
I mean like weight and coin.
the premise is that I will tell you $1 million but and then a statement.
Okay,
Okay, you can either choose to take the $1 million,
okay.
right, or give me the reason why you won't. If you take the $1 million, right, don't have to explain.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
but if you don't, right, you have to tell us why you won't take the $1 million.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
So the very first
Let's
one
go.
is $1 million but
Woo!
you have tongues as fingers. So all your fingers are replaced with tongues. They move exactly your tongue the way your tongue moves.
Okay. Can they taste anything?
Yes.
Can they grab things like a hand would?
I mean, if your tongue is muscular,
But if because it's tongues, right, it's gonna grab like that.
I think your
It's
tongue
gonna
can go,
grab like that.
your tongue can go down and up. What? So they don't have joints.
I
That's
think
the
it can
only-
go up more than down.
Mine can both. Yeah. So they can go either direction. Lah. As far as you're concerned, you can go either direction.
Okay.
Which is really weird from a hand if you think about it. You can go like yeah.
Can they taste?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to say like can clean table, but like if you can
No.
taste, it's a bit weird.
Everything you do will taste.
Ooh.
Which also means that if you go to the toilet, that might be an issue.
But if they can taste but they can't eat, then what's the point?
Eat. I mean, you still have a tongue. You still have a mouth. You just now have 11
Oh
tongues.
no way! Oh, either that or $1 million ah.
No, you take $1 million, but this happens to you.
Oh gee.
If not, never.
I thought that or $1 million so comes with $1 million.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, what if I take this and then I use the $1 million to get surgery to like give me fingers? Also cannot
Whose
what?
fingers are you gonna take? Some random people's fingers?
No lah, cannot like 3D man, like bio.
Also, like you just chop off your hand. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Chop off my hand and give me some
sure.
fingers.
Like, if you want to spend $1 million undoing your mistake.
Wow, it's a
will you
little,
take-
it's a wee bit tough. It's a wee bit tough. No.
Also, your brain will taste all the taste.
It's very weird.
I think, right, you could actually just
Like imagine I have to carry my baby, then like the baby's a bland.
just buy condoms, I think. Flavored condoms. Right, then you just have gloves now.
But I have to wear condoms for all my life. It's so suffocating.
Why? You don't breathe through your tongue.
I
You can
don't know.
imagine being able to change flavors to your preferred
But the
flavor.
thing is that I like how my hands look. I like hands.
Okay,
I
yeah,
can't
you
draw with a tongue.
you could because you function exactly like your hand, and you could
But a tongue is more stiff. Like kind of thing. It's not like a.
I think the main issue is
It's like that's it.
you cannot face nail.
Yeah. I cannot do nail polish on the tongue. So sorry, but
No.
no.
Okay.
Okay, you eh?
Cool beans. I wouldn't simply because the fact that you go to the toilet, you just have to taste your own thing. It's really weird. But the funniest thing would be right. Imagine going to like a restaurant
Yeah.
and you just be like,
Thank you, waiter.
yeah.
Can you imagine based on Joy's TMI question whereby like the solution if you had to poop but you don't have any toilet paper was to use your hands first.
Yeah, then harvest.
Your hands is just full of tongues and it's just
Poop taste.
GG. Okay.
Okay, this one is $1 million, but
Okay.
you express arousal as long as someone looks at you.
What makes you think I don't really have that?
No, but the thing is,
Just kidding.
the
Just
moment
kidding.
anybody looks at you, okay, so direct, cannot be like look at picture everything. So the person has to like lay eyes on you.
I look at the person or the person look at
The
me?
person look at you. Anybody look at you instantly. It's very overt signs. For gents, it's just bulge in the pants. For ladies, it's either whether it's cold and then you have pokies, or it's just straight up like Niagara Falls, right? The thing is, you can control
Sorry,
these.
it's so funny.
You can control, but the problem is that the person, okay, it's not gonna be instant like max. It's like you will just feel it. There is no control.
It's like, hey, the toilet not nearby. I need to wash my hand. It's quite funny, eh? Quite messed up, lah.
I'm pretty sure it's not clean to wash it through that.
Oh my gosh.
$1 million.
I just feel like it'll make the partner very happy.
Yeah.
Very easy for the partner to like please you, and you're also easily pleased. But it makes it very bad if like you're in a relationship and then like some random person walks past and like ooh, and then your partner is gonna be like, what the hell, man? Right? A lot of problems, guys.
Yeah.
But if you're single, then good lah.
So yeah, $1 million. Will you take it?
I want Niagara Falls in my pants.
I mean, okay lah. Let's say for girls, you can choose lah. It's
Choose?
like unhideable missile torpedo pokies, or like just generate your own river. You can choose lah. Cause guys cannot choose.
I don't. I rather missile torpedoes. That one easier. It's just wear a thicker bra lah.
It will still show.
How big is this missile?
I don't know. But the point is that the you have to deal with the social situation where it shows. So I think the curvature will just be like very obviously like it peaks at one point. So it is not like obvious
Just
the shape.
tell everyone you're wearing the Madonna bra.
You could lie about it, but you have to lie about it.
Obviously, I'll take the 1 million lah.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay with it. Also.
Yeah, I'm okay lah. Just take the 1 million.
Unfortunately, right? Like I don't know, science can control. Do you know NTU controls bugs? They inject.
Yeah, I heard.
And they do that.
The bees, right?
Yeah,
they
beetles,
put like the beetles. They put like the thing,
The
and then
chip.
you can control where
Yeah.
it flies. Until it's insane lah.
But we cannot figure out how to control. Like we don't understand the patterns of male erection.
Yeah.
So that's kind of dumb to me. Like males have already been dealing with it, and we're just like whatever. Like just happens.
Yeah.
What does happen in the morning? God knows, right?
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah. So
Because it's cold.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's just because the blood.
Oh, you suddenly wake up.
It's-
There's the change in blood pressure.
I think because you're flat, then your heart and the organs are all in the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Science.
I only know this because first they always tell you raise your hand, so that the bleeding will stop.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's why you have to put your wound higher than your
Oh
heart.
yeah.
So it's harder to pump.
Oh.
So that might be okay.
Okay.
So both of us have taken $1 million.
Yes.
We shall not explain why.
We shall find a way to use $1 million to hide all the effects.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yes.
$1 million, but you can never spend or give away the initial sum ever.
Huh? What you mean?
So once the $1 million credited to you,
Okay.
you have $1 million,
Yes.
but there's no way to spend it.
Huh? That was the whole point.
Will you still take it?
Then what can I use the $1 million for?
Your net worth will be worth $1 million.
This is damn lame. It's like, what's my net worth if I can't even use it?
You can use it. You can use it as influence. You can use it in the terms where if people needs a guarantor that, or like let's say, you need to be able to pay it back. Only you know you cannot actually spend it. Nobody in the world knows.
Well, if someone asks me for money, I can give them lah. But you say cannot give anybody what?
Yeah, you cannot physically draw it out,
Oh.
and you cannot physically give this away.
But like, can I
But
告
nobody
人家
knows.
去读大学 that kind?
With whatever money that comes out from this sum of money, yes. If you can generate any kind of passive money from this, it's entirely yours.
From...
But the
Oh, so
originally,
I can use that $1 million to invest in stocks. And
technically,
then
if you have to spend that money, no. If you put it in a bank and then the interest come out for like 30 cents, you can use the 30 cents. But the initial $1 million you cannot use.
假的
Why not?
Huh?
You take a loan collateralized with that 1 million.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, what's that again?
That's like free money, man.
Yes.
I don't know how to do that. Sorry, I'm done with you. I'm done with the numbers. Do what? Take a loan.
So that is your collateral. I have a bank account with $1 million.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you can spend it or not spend it. So you take a loan of another $1 million
Mhm.
and saying that if anything goes wrong, you take the $1 million. Only you know that you cannot pay out.
Okay.
So now you have $1 million you can spend with $1 million in the bank.
Oh. Okay, cool.
So this is literally why I want to ask the question. Will you take money that you technically cannot spend? Well, the world is kind of corrupt, so I could spend money that I don't have actually.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, it's too complex for my brain. I can't
Yeah.
think too much.
So will I take the $1 million? Yes.
Ah.
Because even if you live off interest, right, I don't think you have to work for. 0.003 is 多少? 003 is that what, 30,000?
30 cents. Oh, sorry, for $100.
No,
so
for $1 million.
times 6. 30 cents. Oh, 3,000. I think.
I think
30,000.
30,000. That's
30,000.
30,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's average what, postgrad wages for executive pay. Not bad what?
Not
Yeah.
bad.
You never have to work Will you just take $1 million for not being able to spend $1 million? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Until it runs out.
It will never run out.
Why?
Because you cannot spend it.
But I want to use it on something. Right?
You can only spend the 30,000 from interest.
Oh, interest, right? Yeah.
You cannot spend actual money. So
Yeah,
you
true,
never
true,
run
true.
out of
Never
money.
run out. Yeah. Sure, yeah.
Who wouldn't take that? And the best part is just like, cannot spend, cannot give, don't want lah. Then I'm like. So this is the reason why you should be smart about money, good learn. Yeah. There's a lot of funny things you can do. Okay, with that is the end of our very first Monday edition of Talking To. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, we
There was a
hope
lot
like
of shenanigans involved.
yeah. I mean the chat was kind of quiet, but we hope that people are just actually putting us aside and
Yeah.
listening to all these white noise as we talk about it. Do let us know. I mean, if you want to see anything else other than this, do you actually like seeing more products? Do you actually like to see more of us talking, or do you actually like to see like
Happy Dragon versus Kristle and Pokemon.
oh, thanks. I very bad at Pokemon. Oh my god, please don't spare me. Leave me alive. Oh, we like to see more of like us doing trials, like tests and trials, I don't know, or like playing games together. Whatever it is, like yeah. Yeah, we're kind of open. Yeah.
Yes. Anything else?
No,
Okay. If not, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ian.
my name is Kristle.
And you have been a wonderful audience. Have a nice
Yes,
Monday
thank
as you enjoy.
加油！
I like how I'm like trying to chill vibe sandwich. Like, go! You have it!
You can do it. It's just 1 week, and before you know it, the weekend will come. TGIF will happen, and before you know it, there'll be the Mooncake Festival. Actually, there's no Mooncake holiday. There's no PH, right?
Oh my, I thought you were gonna time skip to next year's Mooncake Festival. I was like, whoa, that's weird.
No lah, Mooncake Festival is on the 20th, I think.
21st? Is it?
The 21st is Chuseok.
Oh,
20th is ours. I don't know why there's 1 day difference.
kind of, I guess.
Yeah. There's no time difference between. I mean, there is, but
There is, not enough for a day.
Yeah. Oh well, maybe the moon there somehow moves slower than the
Do you
moon
know
here.
last time when I was really dumb as a kid, I thought that you could time travel, you just keep like flying backwards from the time zone. So you keep
Oh!
minusing and math works
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh! You think that you just keep hoping of 14th of October, 14 and 14 and 14
No,
and
because
14.
if now your time is like 12, right? And then you go back 1 hour, but the flight doesn't take an hour.
Yeah.
So you have
You
just
land in the other country, right?
10 minutes
Yeah.
before the time. So technically, if you keep doing this, shouldn't you get infinite
You just
time?
go forward and then backward
Yeah.
and then forward and then backward.
So if you keep doing that,
That's
it's just
not
always
cute.
minus,
Yeah, that's not cute.
My brain's just like, no, I don't understand how time works.
Oh, my brain didn't like think so much about it. I couldn't even understand the Matrix when I was watching it as a kid.
Matrix Resurrection is coming out soon.
Yeah, I
Keanu
want
Reeves
to.
is near.
I want to rewatch Matrix again.
We should do watch alongs. I really think we should do watch alongs.
Oh, but I talk a lot during the movie. Actually.
That's the point. So in the
Actually,
watch,
talking about my boyfriend gets so annoyed when I keep like, hey, what do you think this is big? Oh my god, he's dead.
yeah, okay. So if you like this idea, so what a watch along is that we will put a timestamp of where we start, and when we start, we will play together. You can watch along together with us, and we will provide
Oh.
commentary for you on what that show is.
That's kind of fun.
It's great. If you want to do it, we probably
It's
can
like
do it this
watching
Friday.
a movie.
Yeah, it's like watching a movie together.
Yay!
Okay,
Let's
sounds like
do
the thing.
it.
We probably can do the
I'll
Matrix.
watch Shang-Chi. I know that's in the cinemas. Bye bye.
Yeah, we need something that we can legally obtain.
Okay,
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yes.
Okay.
If not, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Enjoy your Monday. Until next
Have
time,
a good
we'll
Monday.
see you.
Pew, 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 pew.
Bye bye.